What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Climb Together podcast. We have a very special episode today for you guys. This is episode 100. We finally did it.
Yep.
We finally made it to episode 100 of the podcast. It took us 3 years, multiple breaks, and we made it. We're like, what? Like, how many? I wanna know a statistic. How many podcasts make it to episode
I've said that it's less
100?
than 1%.
Yeah. If I could spell episode, but 10% or less. What's that? 90% of podcasts don't publish more than 3 episodes.
Yeah, 90% of podcasts don't make it to like episode 10, and only 1% make it past 100.
Yeah, we're in the top 1% of podcast guys as far as episodes go. So, just saying, just saying, you might want to hop on this train before it gets too hot. That was a weird saying. I don't know where that came from.
Why is the train hot? Is it on fire?
I don't know, man. I mix like 3 sayings together. But the semester is over for me, so that means for the next month I am a full-time gamer, content creator, and business owner. So be ready, guys.
Not a part-timer anymore.
Not a part-timer for the next month until the 21st. Then I'm back to school, but
So you went from a part-timer to a part-time full-timer.
pretty much. But my hope is to get a lot of stuff like done, like videos wise, because that's one of the things that like holds me back is like videos. Is like it takes so long to edit the videos that I like to make, which is like a efficiency problem on my end, which I'm trying to solve. But until then, anyway, so what my hope is like I can just like get both my channels loaded up until at least my second channel, my Minecraft channel, loaded up till the end of the semester.
Yeah.
So, which it's totally doable. Especially at like 3 videos a week. That's like, I have a month, so it's 20, like say like 20 days, right? So it's 3 videos a day, 20. That's 60 videos over the course of whatever. What's up, Grinchy? Shalom.
60 videos is crazy.
I could do that though. I could bang out 60 videos. Especially like the Minecraft videos that I like to do. They don't require like a lot of editing. They're more like long. They're more like story. I don't know. It depends. It really just depends on
People like Minecraft videos that don't have as much editing in
yeah,
it,
that's
are
like
longer.
That's kind of like the thing right now. The long form Minecraft videos, like the 100 days and stuff like that. So I think I might do one of those and like stream it and then just like chop it up and throw it on my second channel. But
Kind of funny because I've seen that kind of thing happening lately with like YouTube. Is like for the longest time it was like if you want your video to do well it needs to be like 10 minutes or less, and then it went down to like 8 minutes or less, and now like people are starting to get more into the 10 to 20 minute videos and they like that more again.
yeah, and then like the really long videos, like the documentary style kind of thing. So I will see. I guess I don't know. I'm gonna play around with it, get a bunch of stuff. At least get my second channel like set and get that going. Because I feel like if I could just be consistent with it, it could do really well. So maybe I'll keep you guys updated on the podcast how things are going with that. Just to keep you guys thing.
Sure.
But so yeah, I mean, end of semester, I finished up my last finals yesterday. I had 2 of them. They were hard as they were so. The first one was easy. It was at 8 a.m. So I was up at like 6. I like didn't my sleep schedule's been screwed because I haven't had classes. So like I like woke up. I woke up at like 1 on Monday, and I was like, well, shit, like that just kind of like screws everything for me. Well, that I guess. Sorry.
Let's see.
Thank you. So I woke up at like 1 on Monday. I was like, oh, I'm not gonna be able to go to bed on time. I didn't go to bed till like 3 a.m. I had to wake up at 6. I got like 3 hours of sleep. Made myself some coffee, and I like chugged it. And then I went and took one final. Then I came home, made myself a second cup of coffee, and then sat down and took my other final because my other final was online. That one that was online was so hard. I think I passed the class. I hope I passed the class. I really don't know though. Actually, I'm gonna look right now. I need to know if I passed the class. I kind of forgot that they posted grades already. But like, it just, oh my god, there were such hard exams, and I'm toast, dude. My brain is just like not. It's not at its peak peak operation.
Yeah, you had all your final stuff, and I had my debut race,
Yeah.
which was fun.
Yeah. How'd that go?
I mean, I don't know. I think it went better than I expected. Although, I feel like it could have went even better than it did.
Mm.
Uh, I mean, I had practiced like all week and like ran laps to be able to get consistent, and I qualified 13th, which I thought was pretty good. I was hoping for like a top 10 to top 15. I was hoping to at least make the A lobby, so I would be with the faster guys and I'd be able to get a good points finish, even if I didn't do that well in the race.
Yeah.
And I made A lobby pretty comfortably, to be honest. I didn't know that I would make it that comfortably. I was like, going in, I was like, if I make A lobby, I'm good. I'm like, I'm fine.
Yeah.
And like, I didn't know for sure where I was. And then they posted the qualifying results and tallied them all up. And I was like, okay, I'm good. We're fine.
Nice. Let's go.
And I mean, there was a lap one calamity that I managed to avoid. I avoided the first crash, and I was fine for most of the race. I got up to, thanks to that crash and me being consistent, I stayed in about around like 5th to 7th. But then we had another crash that led to another restart where I restarted in like I think 7th, and because people were dive bombing in the first corner, I made it all the way up to like 2nd or 3rd. But then it was a combination of this guy trying to exit the corner and me trying to pass him on the outside and hitting the wall in the process. But I caused a massive crash, and that kind of derailed it. It just so happened that when that crash happened, it was on the first lap after a restart, and the rule is if the first lap after a restart, they don't call cautions because restarts are crazy anyway. So I kind of got screwed out of the fact that that wasn't called as a caution, so I had like no chance to get back up and have the field reset. So I kind of fell all the way back, and I was fighting an uphill battle after that. But
Yeah.
I finished 18th. I definitely think I had a good enough car to finish top 10 or top 15. But I mean, we'll see how it goes this weekend. I'll be running it back this weekend. It's going to be a very different race than the first one, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah. Well, good luck to you. I think you'll do. I think I have full faith. So, but anyway, going into the main meat of the podcast. So as we talked about last week, unfortunately, Estefania will be shutting down. It is shutting down. And I just, man, I'm like,
They released a insanely large patch today.
yeah. Try to pull it up.
In total, they released 3 new factions, 13 maps, and 7 guns. They basically threw everything into this patch.
Yeah.
This patch contains anything that was fully developed from season 3 to I think they said season 8.
Yeah. So let me pull up. Actually, I think Mark's tweet would probably be best to like talk about what's gonna be in it. Let me just give me a second. Let me just pull up. Still really sad about it though. Like, I mean, like it had so much potential, and I think if they just waited a little bit longer, um,
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I feel like season 3 would have been a really good start
mm,
to try to bring the game back. I don't really know what season 4 would have brought, to be honest, because for what I know from like the rumors before the game obviously got shut down, season 3 was supposed to be really big, but they kind of threw everything into season 3, and I don't know what they had planned for season 4. So I don't know. I feel like year 2 would have been the year that the game really like started flourishing,
mm-hmm,
but
yeah,
obviously we'll never know.
yeah. So let me pull this up for you guys, so you guys can kind of read through this with us. So the last patch for their XDefiant, so it's gonna be season 3, stuff from season 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So there's gonna be 3 new factions being added with this patch today. It's gonna be the Assassins, which is the original season 3 um, faction, but also Wolves and Omega Force from season 4 and 5. They're gonna be adding so many new maps. They're gonna be adding 6 new arena maps, 3 new linear maps from future seasons, along with 4 new maps from season 3. So
Yeah.
13 new
There's
maps.
13 new maps in the game right now. They have effectively doubled their map pool.
Yeah, with one update. There's a brand new mode called Tactical. Um, and then
Tactical seems kind of interesting, to be honest. It seems like their take on CS/Valorant.
mm-hmm,
I watched a preview video for it, and while I don't think that kind of mode will actually really suit XDefiant, I don't really see that mode getting a lot of press. It's pretty cool still.
yeah, be fun to try out. Um, there are a bunch of weapons coming. There is the
They added 7 new guns. I know I was
7.
watching somebody use the M1928
Mm-hmm.
earlier, or the Thompson. Um, there's the G36 got added. Uh, there's the M1A, which is like the M1 Garand slash M14, whatever you want to call it.
Mm-hmm.
That's in there. They added the SRS sniper rifle. There's a new pistol.
Yeah, the Dissaros.
Um,
I got them
they
all
added a
pulled
new
up.
LMG.
There's a FAMAS, the
Oh
G36K,
yeah,
the
the FAMAS is in.
M1928, the MG5 for LMG, the M1A, SRS, and the Dissaros. And I think they said if I'm remembering correctly from the tweet that we get all these weapons unlocked for us just to
We get
use.
not only all the weapons, but there were cosmetics that were planned, and any cosmetics for all of this stuff also is unlocked.
Yeah. So
We've straight up just like got like a bunch of money worth of cosmetics in the
yeah.
game.
Oop.
They also have a new like credit system that they dropped. I don't know like how you earn the credits, like
Mhm.
maybe it's challenges or whatever. But I assume that that's how for the rest of the game's life cycle you'll buy cosmetics is through with the credits.
Yeah.
Honestly,
So
like the Assassin's Creed faction looks insane.
yeah.
They're the Assassin's Creed faction's ult is probably the most insane ult in the whole game.
What is the ult?
So, the Assassin's Creed faction, the passive that you have like at all times is just a melee that you can press the melee button and you have like a sword on your arm that you can
Mhm.
just one hit melee people with whenever you want.
Nice.
Um, there's one of the abilities is a cherry bomb, which is like it's basically like a non-lethal version of the fire bomb, but it has a bigger radius and it distorts enemies' vision and like stuns them, so you can get a couple free kills probably with that.
Yeah.
Um, The other ability is called Eagle Vision, and it's like you go into this sort of like X-ray vision state where you can see enemies and you can see their trails of like where they were going.
Mhm.
And fun fact, if you use that dedicated like melee passive to kill people in Eagle Vision, it can extend the amount of time that you're in Eagle Vision.
Nice.
But the ult is literally it's the most insane ult in the game. Uh, it's called Apple of Eden. When you pull it out, there's like a detection system
Mhm.
that takes like it takes a second or so to like actually activate when you're looking at an enemy. But when you're looking at an enemy after the activation, you can straight up just teleport to that enemy wherever they are on the map and get a melee kill on them.
Nice.
And after a short cooldown, you can just do that again. Like, it is the most insane ult.
Sick. I can't wait to try it later.
It is actually really cool.
I can't wait to play it later. I'm so excited to play video games. I played COD last night for the first time in like since like Thanksgiving break, and like I was killing it, dude. I was popping fuck off. I'm
Yeah, no, you're gonna get royally screwed by SBMM.
yeah. I know. It's okay though. I had fun last night, and that's all that matters. Um.
I'm very intrigued as to how my experience will go after I finish all the zombies camos because I still have yet to play any
Yeah,
games of multiplayer.
I know. Erica, thank you so much for the 10 bits. What's
It's
up?
okay. I'm
Happy
grinding through
holidays.
Afterlife. I'm almost there.
I've also been missing things. I've been doing finals and everything. Yeah. I'm I'm excited to see you play freaking multiplayer. I want to queue up with you so I can get um your lobbies.
You don't want my lobbies, bro.
At first I do. No, it's
If
okay.
my SBMM carries over for MW3, my lobbies won't be very fun.
Hmm. Yeah, I gotta start working on like secondary soon for gold. I've been like doing all the headshots and stuff like that because what I realized is like I don't want to edit 3 hours of footage and the like the headshots in the beginning it it's not working for me. I don't like it, and I want to be able to do more with like me actually getting the like specialty camos and the gold camos and everything like that. So I've decided to start like doing like headshots off like that off the video. I don't know. I'm experimenting and seeing what I like better based off of
Bro.
stuff. But yeah, so let's talk this like CDL drama because I wanna.
A lot has happened, bro.
Oh shit, Erica, that's awful. Yeah, so
I don't think anybody had in their bingo card that the championship winning team would make a change
yeah,
after one set of league
I
matches.
know. So let's.
One
Uh,
weekend of league matches, and we've already had some crazy things go down.
yeah, so the biggest being Pred being dropped from the roster. He is now FA. He's went back home to Australia, question mark, to deal with his own mental health. So based off of what CDL has put out, according to Pred himself, he addressed the gambling rumors multiple times, very briefly. Said if you want to gamble, do it responsibly. Didn't bet on his own matches or any CDL matches. Struggling mentally, which affected competing, practice, relationship with friends, family, etc. Issues stem from personal problems that he didn't want to share. He has gone home to work on his mental health. He is allowed to play as a free agent and hopes to come back sometime after Major One, depending on the situation.
Yeah.
So we've kind of like talked about
For
this.
for people that don't know what happened, because all of this is literally broken news within the last like week.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Couple days, really.
on Thursday, there was a rumor that came out that Pred was being replaced by Hook on the Optic roster, and everybody was like, "What? Why?" everybody was like, wha- like, what, how? Like, everybody was shocked as to why Pred was gone. and like, and then, on Friday when the matches happened, it was like Optic just saw put Hook in the thumbnail for their posts for the
Mm.
matches, and they highlighted that Hook was here, and just nothing about Pred, nothing, not a word. It was just Hook's here. What happened to the Pred guy? Nobody knows.
Nope. I mean,
And like,
we have our speculations.
yeah, there were some things that I mean they're just rumors. Nobody knows for sure if they're
Mhm.
true or not. But the weird thing is like the rumor suggested that he has a serious gambling problem, which I don't know. Like I I mean with what he said on his stream, I kind of like believe the rumors a little bit. But like eh, I mean it's obviously just rumors. You know, it was just really the whole thing was just really odd whenever it happened.
Mhm.
Because they didn't really say anything about Pred, and like even on the streams, like they didn't say anything, and like Scump just said that the only like thing that really anybody said was Scump on his own stream before the Friday matches said that it was just personal stuff and he wasn't going to talk about it.
Yeah.
And they went out of their way to not mention Pred at all. So it was weird, and I think a lot of people rightfully so were a little confused and a little concerned as to what was going on.
Mhm.
Um, but then a couple days ago, Pred turned on the stream. It was really late at night for most people, but it was like in the afternoon in Australia. So, I mean, it was really late for everybody else, but it was a good time for him. Um, but I mean, sadly, like it's a little tough to figure out because he didn't really go into a lot or
Yeah. It was very
explain a
vague.
lot. It seemed like he was mostly just talking about a whole lot of nothing. Which I mean, obviously, if it's personal issues, so um, you shouldn't be expected to explain all of your personal issues
Mm-mm. No.
with people on stream or in chat or whatever if you don't want to. Um, but it was just like I don't know. He seemed to have a hard time getting around to talking about it,
Mm.
and he didn't really say a lot in the grand scheme of things. But yeah, he said that there's no bad blood between them, like between him and his teammates, and like, and he's fine with Hex and everything. Because everybody thought that something happened with him and Hex, and like, yeah, he mentioned the gambling, and he was like, you know, if you want to gamble, you can gamble, but do it responsibly, and like,
Mhm.
um, and he talked about how he has no affiliation with Optic anymore. He's not on the team. And so if he comes back soon, which he did say that he hopes to be back by Major 1 or Major 2, uh, that he'll go to any team that he can play on.
Yeah.
But as sort of an update to all of this, yesterday an Optic podcast released where they talked about it. And they said that the only reason why they dodged it as much as they did is because they just didn't want to talk about. They didn't want to talk about it until Pred talked about it because that's his business, and they wanted to wait to say anything until Pred said something. And now that Pred said something, they talked about it. You know, like Hex talked about the fact that he's tried to help Pred for a long time, and now that Pred is like being a little more receptive and he's went back home and all that. Hex said that he'd been texting Pred nonstop and that they had been talking and that Pred's all good with everybody
Mhm.
um and Hex also said that when when you play for Optic that the door is never closed for you. So
It's true.
a Pred return is not unlikely.
Mm. I mean, I'm sure they want him to figure his stuff out first, you know, get right. Um, I mean, and they even tried to help him before, like he left, but he didn't want any of the help. So
Yeah,
it's all
he
good
said
vibes.
that himself. He was like,
Yeah,
they tried to help me, and I didn't want any of the help. So he was like, he literally said, like, what else can you do when you're trying to help somebody and they don't want the help? So
yeah.
he
So
admitted that that was on him.
there is no bad blood between them, and so which, you know, is it leaves open for possibility and opportunity and things that, you know, will be happening in the future. Um,
I think whether he comes back to Optic or not after Major One completely depends on how he's feeling and how Hook does.
yeah,
Because honestly, the way it's looking, it looks a lot like Hook might even be a better fit than Pred was.
yeah,
I mean, Hook is a really inconsistent player overall. Like some games he's really good at, and some games he's kind of meh. This game he is really incredibly good at, and with basically no practice, he came in and they went 2-0 on the weekend with him, and he looked really good. They all looked really good together.
yeah.
So I think a Pred return to Optic is partially dependent on Pred and partially dependent on if they want to keep Hook or not. Because
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if they get even more practice with Hook and get warm with him, and then they're as good as they were this weekend or even better, like I don't know, bro. You
Yeah.
might want to keep Hook on for the rest of the season.
Maybe it depends. You know, you just got to keep that consistency with him and keep putting out those
The
numbers.
timing of all this is just insane because literally on the Optic podcast before all these rumors broke about Pred, they talked about Hook and how he's been so good in challengers and how that
Mm-hmm.
they predicted that he would be on a team before the end of the year.
Yeah.
And then it just so happened that all this opened up for Hook to just be here on Optics.
Yeah.
So
So I
that was
mean,
really good.
yeah. So congrats, Hook, on making it back to the green wall. Um, I do want to talk about
I mean,
these.
he does have a very good history with Shotzi.
He does. Yeah, they did. They
Him
did
and
indeed win
Shotzi,
a championship
I
together.
remember Brian Stats pulled up something where like they have like an insane record together.
Oh yeah.
Like I'll pull it up while you're talking, but like their record is crazy.
Um, but I think it was a good move for them. I mean, I, you know, you never know what's going on in someone's personal life. So the fact that it's affecting him that much to where he has to step away, you know, good for him for stepping away and not letting it cause his team like, you know, issues. You know, team players are more than just, you know, giving your all during the game. It's also like giving your all outside of it. And he knew that he couldn't do that, so um, he decided to take a step back, but which is good. I mean, I do want to talk about these standings though. In the first 2 weeks, it's very like some of these standings. It's just shocking to me, like based off of like previous years. I know like most of these rosters are brand new, but um, it's just a little interesting. We take a look at this. So this is based off of CDL Intel's um stuff based off the graphic and everything. Sorry. Um, so right now,
So during last weekend, Hook and Shotzi played their 100th series together as a duo.
mm-hmm.
Their record is 68-32 in
Damn,
series in total.
damn.
And another fun fact that I saw that it changed sadly. This would have been a crazier stat, but sadly it changed shortly after he tweeted this. But up until because Hook played, if we all remember, Hook played on Optic in during the MW2 season.
Mm-hmm.
Um, up until that major where they got bounced, um, and then they ended up picking up Ghosty.
Mm-hmm.
Up until that major, Hook and Shotzi had never finished outside of fourth place
Damn.
together at a tournament.
Holy
So
crap.
Hook and Shotzi are a really good duo.
Yeah, they are. So good to see. But yeah, so looking at these standings, some of these are shocking, some of these not so much. Like the fact that we have the Falcons at the bottom, not so shocking. Same thing with LAG. But what does shock me a little bit,
LAG is slightly shocking considering they're a lot better than they have been. They just cannot keep a series together.
yeah.
They
So
arguably should have won that one against the Ravens at least, and they blew that one really bad.
yeah, like the top three teams right now. I mean, so going into the season, if you guys remember from previous episodes, we were saying that Optic, FaZe, um, Cloud9, and Thieves are gonna be like the top four teams going into this season, right? That's what we all thought based off of
That's
rosters.
what it looked like.
That's what it looked like to like everybody. Is that so they're gonna be like the top four teams, but you know you've
It
got
looked at
Ravens.
least like Optic, FaZe, Thieves are going to be the top three. I
Yeah,
think it was kind of difficult. Like I think a lot of people felt like it was going to be a 3-team league.
yeah.
But like sleeper teams would be like Cloud9,
Mm.
LAG. Um, but obviously it's not looking like that
It's
right now.
totally different, which you know what I like. I like the difference. You know, I like different teams doing well at different points. So right now we've got the Royal Ravens in first. You know, 4-0 with a map ratio of 12-4. Like hello, where did this come from, Ravens?
Ravens are frying right now.
Oh my goodness! And then we got LA. You got
Like I know they brought on Slasher, but like I mean, this is like Slasher's playing well. TJ is back to form. Like Gwen is continuing how good he was last year. I think he might even be better this year. Like Ravens look good, bro.
yeah, they do. It's crazy. And then we got Thieves, but we expected Thieves to be up here with the roster that they have, and they're proving that.
Thieves dominating is not really that surprising,
No,
to be honest.
like this roster is like, it's elite. And we got Toronto up here. Toronto's always like a top four team though. I'm glad that with the roster change, they were still able to keep that.
Toronto have honestly been better than I thought they were. I thought that with them losing Scrap, that that would take quite a bit of wind out of their sails, but they're doing fine.
Yeah,
I mean, they're good.
they didn't let it affect them, which is awesome. Um, and then we've got Breach in fourth, which is actually well, like where's a fourth tie for fourth and fifth, kind of. Um,
They're tied with Optic, but because they beat Optic in that first match, they have the tiebreaker.
yeah.
So that's why, like, in a minute when we look at the minor one bracket, they got the bye instead of Optic because they won that series. So
Mm-hmm.
they had the tiebreaker.
Yeah, so Breach being up here is shocking. You know, Breach has really
Breach
not.
looked pretty good to be honest. I mean, Cammy, like everybody knows how insane Cammy was at Cold War. Like he was borderline best player in the
It's
league in
true.
Cold War. And I mean, we're back on a Treyarch game and Cammy's frying again.
Yep.
Doesn't surprise me that much, but
Mm-mm.
I don't know. This team, like the big questions for me with this team were Awakening and Snoopy. And Wake has been pretty good, to be honest. He's been performing pretty well. Um, I do think he could be a little bit better, but I mean, he's been doing fine. And Snoopy has really been showing up. Um, there's been a lot of like speculation around like Snoopy because it seems like Breach had brought him on to be like their franchise guy,
Mm-hmm.
but it hasn't really worked out because he's really not been that great. But
It's
I
true.
don't know. I don't know if it's like it could be a combination of him improving and having better teammates around him, but this Boston team is pretty good to be honest.
Yeah. I mean, this is like the first time that we've seen Boston start out this well. I feel like they've had a pretty rough go of
This is
it.
the first time we've seen them start out this well since like their very first major in Vanguard.
Yeah.
Like I remember they started out pretty good in Vanguard and then they fizzled out, and like ever since then they have been not that great.
Yeah. But it's cool to see them doing well. Um, and really like doing something for the brand. And then we got Optic, we have Rocker, Heretics, Surge. Like the fact that FaZe is doing as bad as they are right now is it's quite shocking. Like FaZe has always been like a
They look
really
bad, bro.
FaZe.
They look so discombobulated.
They've always been
They
such a dominant team in the league, and to see them like doing so bad is just like concerning.
I think that has to do with that's partly to do with the fact that they've lost some of their staff. Like, I mean, they don't have Tupac anymore to help with search. From what I've heard Ben J talk about, it seems like the culture around that team is not as good as it has been in the past.
Interesting.
And also they have moved Draza to the main AR, and Celium is kind of more of a kind of like a super soaker AR where it's like, I mean, if nobody else is in the hill, Cell's going to get in the hill. Cell is like more of like an objective based AR,
Mm-hmm.
and Cell has a negative KD right now. He's struggling.
Yeah, I
Um,
mean, it's just
this
shocking.
team, I heard somebody say that they feel like that FaZe aren't playing as a team on the map. It's more like four individuals just doing their own thing on the map.
Mm-hmm.
And I can tell because I mean, when you let Falcons take a map off of you, bro, like no disrespect to the Falcons, but man, the Falcons have won 2 maps and one of them was against FaZe.
So, I mean,
So
it's crazy.
it's been rough for FaZe. Like, if FaZe are letting Falcons take a map off of them, I don't want to see them playing against like the top like 3-4 teams.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause I don't think they're beating any of them right now.
No.
Like, I think the only team, the highest seeded team I think that FaZe have a good chance at beating right now is probably Rocker.
Damn.
I think there's a possibility they could beat Breach, but I don't think they're beating Optic, Ultra, Thieves, or
Mm-mm.
Ravens at this rate. And they already played Ravens once, and Ravens smoked them 3-0. So
Yeah. It's just, it's just like such a shame. Like, they've always been, it's just always been such a good team, especially that core three of Abizi, Simp,
it's
and
it's
Celium.
weird because like when that core 3 plus Arcities and Cold War dominated and won champs.
Mm-hmm.
And then Arcities left because they uh because he wanted to be a main AR on a different team.
Mm-hmm.
And ever since then it's just like they've been good. They've been consistently like second, third best team in the league, but they haven't been able to replicate that same kind of season and put it together.
Yeah.
They've had so many second places. They've won a couple events. Yeah, they won Esports World Cup, but I mean, they just haven't been that same dominant FaZe team. They're consistently good, but not dominant. And now it just seems like they're falling apart. And honestly, if they keep this up, and if they don't finish, I would say if they finish like under top 6 in like point standings and at champs, I think this is the last season we see those 3 together.
Maybe. I mean, it'll be a shame, but it is what it is. Um,
They're just really struggling right now. And I
mhm.
mean, like, obviously it's really early. We've only had 4 matches.
Mhm.
But like we're going into the first minor. I don't really think the minor will show a lot, to be honest, because it's an online event. It's single elim. It's like it's cool. Like I like that it's a nice breakup between the league matches and the majors, but
Mhm.
I don't think we'll get a lot of info out of this. I think we'll see where a lot of these teams are for real when it's major time.
Mhm. Yeah, and then we have our first minor after the holidays, January 10th, I believe, or something like
Yep. That's the
that.
first. Those are the first CDL
Um,
matches of the new year. Is the
yeah,
minor.
and the minor bracket. So we have the bracket. Um, I've been kind of just using CDL Intel because we like it like that. We have Surge versus Cloud9, Optic versus Falcons, Heretics versus FaZe, Hot Rocker versus LAG, and then those go on to face the top 4 teams right now, which is Ravens, Breach, Thieves, and Ultra.
Yep.
So it's single elim. They just kind of play through.
Yeah,
Um,
it's single elim. So even if FaZe beat Heretics, they have to play Thieves the next round.
yeah, and Thieves are looking way too strong right now.
Thieves have a chance to take FaZe down, and FaZe will finish real bad in this major.
Yeah.
This could be bad for FaZe if they don't show up. which they really haven't shown up that much. I mean, with this, I don't personally like the single limb, but I mean,
I
this
think
could
I
catch some
understand.
teams out.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's understandable for like a minor situation. Falcons doesn't close out Falcons who. That's
Honestly, like the Falcons guy is like, it's rough. There's like one guy on that team that like is pretty good, but like the rest of them, like I don't know, like everybody's been memeing on King of Body because he's got the lowest KD in the league right now. He averages like a .71 or something like that,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know what he's doing on the map.
I don't know either.
Like people are calling him King of Body to King of Booty. He's just it's rough. Like that series that Falcons took a map off of FaZe, that guy still had a
Mm.
.59.
Dang.
Like
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, going into this, we knew that they weren't gonna do well, so, um, I'm not like shocked, but at the same time, like, I was hoping with a new
honestly,
team coming
if
in, it'd be
Falcons
good.
don't pick it up by the end of I think like Major 2, I think they make a change where
Oh, for
either
sure.
3 or all 4 of those guys are just gone.
I
Because
mean,
I know that they're wanting to try this, bringing a Saudi team into the league, but it's not looking good.
mm. So I don't know. I don't know. It'll be interesting to watch though. And now that like now that the semester's over, and I'm not working late nights anymore, I can do a little. I think we should start watch parties back up in the Discord this season. I think that would be fun.
I gotta show you this clip, bro.
Send it. What?
And you could you could play it on stream if you want.
Okay.
I sent it to you before, but there you go for stream. Such a funny clip.
Okay.
On,
Hold on.
time. Was it me? On you, to your right there, AJ. Or oh my god. I said
Go.
Brandon AG. Wow, Brandon.
I mean, I'm getting kind of buff.
Time.
Yo,
Dude, Illy's saying, I mean, I am getting kind of buff.
That's
That is the
funny.
best.
That's funny.
That's
I
the
like
best
that.
part of that whole clip.
Nice.
Shotzi was queuing with Hook and Illy, and he called them Brandon and AG, aka Dashy and Brett. And Illy's just like, I mean, I am getting kind of buff. I love that.
That's funny. So we do have I don't do you have anything else you want to talk about? Because we have the one thing, but other than that, I don't know. What anything else you want to talk about before we do the whole reveal?
I think that's about it, to be honest. I mean,
Alright.
there's not really. I mean, we could probably wait to do the minor predictions until
We can do those
the
next
week
week.
before.
Yeah. So guys. So with it being 100 episodes, we've had this logo, the Climb Together, the one in the center, we've had the Climb Together podcast with the words and verbiage for 3 years now. These new overlays for like a year-ish and change. So we've decided that we need to do a little bit of an overhaul, change some things up, make some changes and add some different different level to the podcast here. So we're gonna reveal one part of it today, and then the next episode we'll have the new stuff. Because it's not quite done yet, but we are changing our logo for the first time ever to an actual logo that's not just words. And I'm personally, I love it. I think it's really cool. It's like, I don't know. I like the way these logos look. So here hold on. Let me change the thing here. Maybe. Hold on. Why wouldn't it let me? Okay, hold on. Give me 1 second, guys. Give me uno momento. S'il vous plaît. Hold on. That was supposed to be really epic, and like it just wasn't. Yeah. It just.
Yeah, you can edit that out of the video, so it is cool.
Yeah, I can. That's true. All right. Oh, let me just add it.
YouTube won't see the blooper reel.
It's a podcast exclusive. Alrighty, guys. And it's official that we have a new logo. This is our new logo. You can see like the C and the T kind of makes like a boom arm holding the mic. I think it's pretty sick. It's exactly what I was going for. And yeah, so we officially have a logo now. I'm very excited to be able to, elevate the podcast. There's a couple more changes that I think we should make this year, going into like 2025 to make it better. I mean, we've now hit 100 podcasts. This podcast is kind of set in stone now. It's like the highlight of like my content creation right now is this podcast. It's like the one consistent thing all the time. And so we're really excited to elevate a few things. We've got some new overlays, some graphics coming with 101st episode, officially changing over to all this. And there's some other things that I wanted, that Deception and I have been talking about doing that I'm gonna finally do. Especially now that I have the time to go back through and kind of do those things. But yeah, so that is all from us today. Thank you guys so much for tuning into the podcast. I have been your host, Tonage Scorpio, with my co-host, Deception. Deception, say bye.
Bye.
We will see you guys next time. Peace.